Hey, Jason Jordan coming at you today. I got my old Seafoam green telly with the Lawlers in it. Love this guitar. Toured with this guitar for many years. Thought I'd pull it out today. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he told me, he's like, man, I think you should focus a little more on like more practical stuff on playing gigs. And I haven't done that really on here. I do that in my lessons, but I hadn't really done it on Patreon. But I thought, man, he's right. He's right. And it's really been on my mind. It's like, I'm playing like, 8 to 10 gigs a week here back in town. And since Nashville's open for the time being. And I really was thinking, the power of the power chord and how much of the day I spend in a 4 hour gig just really banging out power chords. So important. And where the accents are and being able to lock up with the drummer and the bass player, if he's playing eighth notes too, and make it not, clash or whatever, and being on the same pattern. And that's something we really, at home really need to focus on. Whether it be, if you just think about songs, I mean, it comes to mind like, how classic that is, or just thinking about songs I'll play today, and then having like a, just how classic those things are. And we all know them, whether it be like even going, like, I won't be playing that today, but I'm just saying like how important those parts are, and the little intricacies behind them, and the phrasing, like feels like Summer of '69. It has those, like where the accents are and how that has to be in time, or you've just really kind of messed the whole thing up. So playing with a metronome, playing in time, playing with a click track is super, super important. And even on the gigs, I play even like live stuff. We start a song, and usually the drummer will tap it in, or he'll count it in, and he's got some sort of reference to keep us very close to time. So that's very helpful. But being able to play, because I'll hear a lot of bands, and they're just, when they're kind of winging it at 1 in the morning, and man, just how sloppy it sounds versus like, having that thing really locked in and everybody being dialed in and in time. It's super important, making it sound like a band and watching where the accents are. So that's something I was going to say, like really take the time at home. It's kind of part of the technique, and even down to where, the palm muting, having the, I know when I start teaching people lessons, that's a very hard thing to figure out, is the palm muting, of where to put your hand. And there is no secret. It's just how far up you go is how far it's going to mute the strings. And some things sound right with it just banging open, versus, so you got to really find that sweet spot. And these are things you just kind of got to work on your own. But I just wanted to point out, the importance of it, of just sitting at home and making sure that you can do that in time, and then add those accents in. It's just one of the fundamentals that we just have to have, because modern country music, rock music, it's all based off these dang power chords that are never going to go away, because it's such a powerful part. I was doing a session a couple weeks ago, and my friend was telling me, he's like, man, every time you come in the second verse with those power chords, it just kind of makes the song drive along. And it does, because like you're doing a session, and the first, it's kind of, unless it's like a big rocker, but if it's, typically you're going to stay out kind of in the first verse, and it's going to be open or whatever, and you might come in the chorus with some power chords, but in that second verse, you're going to, give the song somewhere to go. Then when the chorus comes around, you're going to open it up. And that's where that palm muting comes in, of less palm muting and being able to open it up and letting the song open up. And now that I've talked about that, you're going to hear that in every song and go, oh Lord, listen to what he's talking about, because it's in everything. I mean, every ballad, everything just really benefits from having those power chords in the background. Those, just kind of playing eighth notes. So I know not much on the lick stuff today, but just a little note from Jason about fundamentals. Thanks, guys.